You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show, a program designed for, run by, and sponsored by the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and its members. Of course, our sponsor is the ML Agency, and they're the title sponsor. There's a few other spots if you want to become a sponsor, if you're interested in us, reach out to us and let us know. But right now, we are really thankful to the ML Agency because it's because of them that we've been on the air now for more than a year. And what we do on this show is basically feature our members. We talk to our members about their business and about what they're doing in the marketplace and how they're helping the Hispanic community with their issues and et cetera, et cetera. So if you're a member and you'd like to be on this show, just reach out to me and let me know. As you already know, your first email will probably be ignored, not because I ignore emails, but because I don't always reach them on time. And so my response might not be as fast as you might expect, but I do respond. And at some point, just talk to me, and we'll make sure we put you on the show so we can feature your business. It's all about your business. It's about exposure. And what we're trying to do is fulfill our mission, and our mission is threefold. Number one, it's your visibility. So we do everything we can as an organization to make our members visible, to make people aware of what they're doing. Number two, it's your connections. So we have over 30 events per month with the intention of connecting our members with each other and, of course, with the marketplace at large. And the final tenet of our Chamber of Commerce is education. And we have all kinds of different educational programs for our members to help them be more and more knowledgeable, more capable, and, of course, as a result, more successful. So if you are a member of this organization and you have not received anything that we've promised, please reach out. Let me know. The worst thing is someone who's silent and just kind of sits there and says, I don't like these people because they're not giving me what I deserve. Well, if I don't know because I've forgotten or because we have 400 members and I mess it up, which I'm very prone to doing, let me know. I'm human, but I'm also very capable of correcting mistakes and of admitting and owning up to my responsibilities. So I'm accountable to you. Let us know. We have a great show for you today. Someone who I think is making a huge difference in the marketplace, and she will, I think, surprise you with the information she has, because we have so many people that we know who have family members or who themselves are suffering from diabetes, high blood pressure, and things like that are caused by being a little bit overweight or by having indulged too much on some of the foods that make them, of course, gain weight. So Medi Weight Loss is a medically supervised weight loss system, and it's a lifestyle. So explain. Her name is Dana Coleman. Dana, thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I'm sure you're happy to be here.
I'm very happy to be here.
Hey, you drove up on 45. What did you think about the weather?
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful, very beautiful.
Unbelievable. I was the top down. I don't have a top down, but the moon roof was open, and it's one of the only days that I'm actually thinking, wow, this is nice.
Finally, spring.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last, but it was incredible. So, Dana, you came all the way from Katy.
Katy, Texas. Yes.
So, how long did it take you to go from Katy to the Woodlands for today's networking event?
About an hour.
Wow. So one way you just can't avoid it. It just, I've taken 99 thinking, okay, I'm going to get to Katy faster, and it's kind of the same thing. You can't.
It's a nice drive.
Sure. Well, yeah, but it is a nice drive when you do it once a month. But we do it, twice a week, and because we have events in Katy, but that's just how it is, and we love the drive, like you said. That's true. It's just unavoidable. It's about an hour, one way or the other. So, what did you think? You were at a networking event just now at Spring Creek Barbecue, which we have every week, and we had about 30 members there today. And basically, it's networking. It's us sitting down with each other and talking to each other about our business and hopefully gaining referrals. And the thing we do here, it's a little bit different than most networking events because we actually, I call it facilitate networking, but it's more of, okay, guys, you know people, who do you know? And then we ask them to give referrals on the spot. I know it's tough, but what did you think about the whole exercise, Dana?
I really enjoyed it. I think that it really pushes the entrepreneurs to network and really refer business to each other. So and that's something you don't get from other groups.
Because in general, I was that guy who would show up to things and never give anything. and hopefully, and always expect something, and leave upset because I didn't get anything. And I'd say, well, what's the matter with these people? I'd blame it on them, and it was always me expecting something that was not realistic. If you don't give, and that doesn't matter who you are and how cool you are, if you don't give, people will not give you, or they'll stop giving you referrals. It's real simple, It's kind of the philosophy that BNI. Have you been to BNI before too?
I visited one time.
And what did you think of BNI?
It's interesting.
Okay. Well, did you visit the one in Katy?
I did. One of them. I think there's about 4 of them.
I've heard, and this is like the mother of all BNIs in Katy. They have like 50 people,
I've heard,
50 members, and it's just a gigantic thing. How they do business, I think, is really interesting. They have to rely on after hours and other meetings because they just can't. With 50 people, passing referrals is tough because it's just so many people. So anyway, BNI has a system and has a philosophy. Certainly, it works for a lot of people. I know that for the majority of our members, it doesn't. That's why there are members of the Chamber of Commerce, because they're looking for something different. They want to network a lot, and they want to be visible, but they also want referrals. They want to do business, And there are some organizations that give more than others, And the idea with that is just to understand that no matter what size you are, and no matter what business you have, you can still give people referrals.
Oh, definitely.
And we have lost some, not lost, but we have had some members say, I can't do this because I don't know anybody. I'm like, no, yes you do. You're married. Your husband or your wife must know people. So it does require some effort on your behalf.
It does, and being an introvert, it's definitely pushing the envelope for self-development.
Sure.
But also recognizing it's a necessity for growing business.
The thing. That's actually very key. What you've just said. It is a matter of now self-development because if you're not likable, come on, fix it.
Exactly.
Or if you don't know how to speak, or if you don't know how to, there's all these little things that you'll start realizing. Man, I got into business for a different reason, but now I have to fix all my own things. And that's the cool thing because that's the wonderful part about being an entrepreneur is that with time you change, you become a whole different person.
Very true.
So anyway, all right. So with that, then we had this meeting today in Spring Creek Barbecue in the Woodlands. That's every Tuesday at 11:30. Then tomorrow we're in Katy. That's your hometown.
It is.
So and you guys are pretty close by to Alfredo's. No, Abuelo's.
Abuelo's. We're 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Right down 99.
And
further south.
That's a little bit further south, but I think that the membership there is growing. It's a little bit different than the Woodlands membership.
Definitely.
It's a growing group of people that are getting better and better, but also it's the fastest part of our Chamber of Commerce, Katy, the fastest growing part of our chamber.
And it's an area that's growing very rapidly as well.
There's just a lot of business to be done, a lot of opportunity. If you have the right philosophy, you'll make it. And that's what I'm hoping we're instilling in our members more and more, is that it really is not about you just showing up and fishing. Because I know people who belong to 5 or 6 or 7 different groups, and they go to these groups religiously, and most of the time they don't get anything. Well, I know they don't give, so they don't even show up with that. They go to try to get people to join their thing, and nothing happens. So anyway, enough said about the philosophy behind our networking. That's Wednesday. On Thursdays, that's actually what is it? A jackhammer or something? Whatever that is, it doesn't matter. It's loud. Who cares? What is it? Ethan here is our producer, and he's saying, okay, they're producing something. No, they're building something back. What's a bike shop?
Oh, interesting.
The owners
like
of
bicycle or motorcycle?
No, bicycle.
Oh.
Yeah, I asked him that same question. Like, okay, you're gonna have Harley Davidsons around? He goes, no. It's Schwinn bicycles. Do you know what a Schwinn bicycle is? Oh, I'm getting.
Yes, but I couldn't describe it other than it's a bicycle that's been around for a long time.
Schwinn is the brand of bicycle. I don't know, and I don't really care what's out there now. I know what happened when I grew up, and what I have right now is a Schwinn. So growing up in East Los Angeles, where I grew up, there was only 2 things you wanted in life. 1 was to kiss the pretty girl in school, and 2 was a Schwinn. That was it. That's what I wanted.
Did you get both of them?
I only got the bike. I'm kidding. I don't know what happened with the girl, but it doesn't matter. The bike is what I got because these are really cool bicycles, And so growing up, everybody knew that all the other brands were fine, but the Schwinns were cool. Those were the ones. So right now they're going to have a Schwinn shop. It's going to be really interesting. So we'll see. All right.
I'll have to get one.
Yeah, they're really good bikes. Anyway, Thursdays we are in Vintage Park for lunch. Fridays we're in a place called Pinpoint Marketing for lunch, and that's here in Spring. But we're also in a place up here, a place called Momentum Title, where we have a different networking event called Lunch with Leaders. That's on Friday. On Mondays we're in Humble. So we're in a different place every day of the week. And next week we start in Galleria. So like we've told our members and we've told everyone else, you don't have to go to every single event. I mean, that's not what's mandatory. What's mandatory is that when you show up, you look for ways to help others and you sharpen up your commercial and things like that. So what's been your experience so far? Like, what was your experience today? How did you do today?
Well, I felt very welcome, especially being from an hour away. But I found the group to be very welcoming and, wanting to know more about what I do.
Interesting, right?
Very interesting, yeah.
And the thing, too, is that, of course, if you hear the name Dana Coleman, yeah, she's not necessarily 100% Hispanic, and that's okay. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce means that we want to talk to people interested in the marketplace, whether they're Hispanic or not. 70% of our members are women. Isn't it wild? So 70% of our, mostly women. Although today we had mostly men. It was weird, just different. So we're mostly women, and about 50% of our members are not Hispanic. Of those 50% of members that are not Hispanic, at our events, about 80% of the people that show up are not Hispanic. So it's just all floopy and weird. Bottom line is we address both markets. We're happy to have all our members with us, and that's our Chamber of Commerce. 400 members now, 2 years strong. When we come back, we're going to talk to Dana Coleman further about Medi weight loss, about what they do, about how they help the community, and especially with diabetes and all the other epidemics that are out there. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. I'm here with Dana Coleman. Dana Coleman is with Medi weight loss, medically supervised weight loss. The one that works is their tagline. If you hear anything in the background, don't worry, it's no big deal. It's just people doing construction right next door to us. So as luck would have it, they're working very hard right now. A couple of things we wanted to mention before we continue with our interview with Dana. The first one is our good friend and dear chamber member, Steve Austin, suffered a stroke a couple weeks ago. And right now he's incapacitated, and he's, of course, getting better every day. But if you would, and if you have a moment, please send your prayers out to Steve Austin and wish him a quick and speedy recovery. I know the Chamber of Commerce does, and we look forward to seeing him again real soon. Our program is sponsored by the Amell Agency. The Amell Agency is insurance. So any kind of insurance you need, whether it's personal coverage or renter's insurance, car insurance, they can even insure your boat and your kayak. talk to. I know. Who knows about insuring a kayak? But anyway, they do, and that's all you need to know. So the ML agency, and thank you so much for listening to our program. So let's get back to a couple questions that we have here for Dana. Very simple questions, no big deal. And I did forget to mention though, Dana, that we're also on television.
Oh, great.
So this is also on public access television here in Conroe. So this program goes all over the place. So it's FM on 2 bands of FM. If you can't hear that, a lot of our members love to go online, irlonestar.com. They look for the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Others will watch you on TV, public access, but it also goes to YouTube, and it stays on YouTube. So there's all kinds of different ways that this program is put out into the universe. Also, it's podcast, and so like we said, tons of recordings, tons of things like that. But at the same time, I say it because if you're looking at me, or if you'll see that we're laid back. I mean, we're really, it's not about perfection. It's more about communication, about saying what's on your mind and things like that. So Dana, tell us then, sort of what is the mission and what is the thing that MediWeight Loss does? If you don't mind, just go ahead and start with that, please.
We help the health of people's lives through weight loss, and teaching them those things those simple things they can do to attain health for long term.
Like, give us an example. Like, what things?
An example of what we do,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
well, we work with patients on a one-on-one basis. So if they're struggling with a life situation, then we help walk them through something like that, because weight loss isn't just about what you eat and how much you exercise. There's a lot more to it, and that's why it's so important to have a lifestyle that's healthy.
So tell us, Dana, how can somebody reach you or just get a hold of you?
The best way to reach a hold of me directly is on my cell phone via text message at 713-870-5137.
Okay.
You can also reach the clinic at 281-305-0735.
All right, say that one more time. 281.
281-305. I forgot it. No,
All right, don't worry. It's cool. So we're with Dana Coleman. She's with MediWeight Loss, KD. And for medically supervised weight loss that works, please talk to Dana. And thanks so much for being, again, Dana, thanks so much for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
No big deal. Don't worry. All right. So medically supervised. I met your doctor.
Yes, we have a medical doctor.
And I want to tell you that it's one of the first times I've ever met a doctor of a person that does weight loss. You know, there's so many good people out there. And we have several members who are pretty prominent here in the Woodlands area. And they also have medically supervised programs. Mm-hmm. But I've never met the doctors, you know, and there's nothing against them or anything like that. It just hasn't happened. But I was really pleased to meet your doctor and to talk to him, because he's a great guy. He has a great sense of humor about his doctor, you know, about his degrees and about the way he works with people and things like that. So I imagine that he carries that over to your patients as well.
Definitely. He's very hands-on with our patients, and he has a very close relationship with our nurse practitioner, too.
Very good.
They're constantly talking about how they can improve each patient's health.
Okay. So the big idea then is, all right, so let's just say I've been told by my doctor, okay, Carlos, you have diabetes. Boom, you know, the big diagnosis. Mm-hmm. Let me show you your numbers. They're not good. And if you don't lose weight, then there could be trouble ahead. All right.
Perfect.
So that's a good patient for you guys?
It is.
Especially the ones that are serious about losing weight.
Oh, definitely. Of course, when it comes to their doctor telling them they need to lose weight, and if you don't, you'll have to take all this medication.
Oh,
it can
yeah.
be, 20 different types, and it can cost hundreds of dollars a month.
Mm. And something else, I mean, some of that medication does have side effects, doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it cause certain other things to you if you're not careful?
Yeah, definitely. And especially with diabetes medication, there's one out there that can cause a lot of GI issues if you're not careful with your diet. Gastrointestinal, stomach issues.
Oh, just so you guys know also, for those of you listening, Dana Coleman, who's our guest today, she's with MediWeight Loss, Katie. She's also a nutritionist. So she may or may not, from time to time, say some things that you won't necessarily understand. And when you do, because I don't understand them either, Dana, I'm just going to say, what? What did you say? And we'll explain. No big deal.
And that's fine.
Okay.
Stop me anytime.
So here's the thing, too. And this is only something I've heard. Are there certain foods that are diet foods that are actually causing you to gain weight? Like they say diet on the label, but they still have ingredients that cause weight gain?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So if you remember the 80s when we had the big low-fat craze.
Yeah.
So there's two things in foods that make them taste good, essentially, is fat and sugar. So if one's missing, the other ones increased.
Now, what is the story about the fries in certain fast food restaurants having sugar in them? Is that true? Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay.
But I have no,
All right, so they don't
who knows what's in fries these days, or what they put in the oil.
Or if they're even real fries.
Exactly.
Because they're so shaped so beautifully. Here's another question, and this is just my curiosity, but have you ever had canned peaches before?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, why are they all shaped and colored the same way? And they all look the same. You see a perfect slices. Have you seen those? That,
It's been a while.
Okay, well, next time you open up a can of canned peaches, I've always asked myself, they have the same consistency, they look exactly, there's no way they can get peaches to be the same, all the same.
I'm sure they have machines that can cut them perfectly and get rid of the part that connected to the seed.
Okay.
But then it's also in a lot of sugar too.
Right, that's the thing. That was my point. So whenever those of you listening are sure they have machines that take care of you, be careful. Because if it tastes too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. There's other foods that are so deceiving, it's pretty crazy, like diet drinks.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's out there with diet drinks, Dana. What happens with diet drinks?
With diet drinks, they have an artificial sweetener in them that can actually increase your hunger and make you crave more sugar.
Okay.
I was working with a patient that constantly just couldn't kick her hunger hunger cravings.
Always hungry.
And craving sugars, and come to find out she was drinking a 20-ounce Diet Coke every day. Just for the fizz, but it's also habit though.
Yeah.
And so we worked with her to slowly drink less and less of that. And she noticed once she eliminated the Diet Coke from her diet that she wasn't having any hunger or sugar issues.
Very good. So, I had a friend who every day when she would wake up in the morning, she had to, before she'd function, this is so weird, she'd have to have a can of Diet Coke and then slowly sip a Dr. Pepper. Right? So first it was a can of Diet Coke with whatever she got with that, and then it was just a straight sugar with Dr. Pepper. And it'd take her about a half hour to go through this ritual. Then she'd be okay.
Was she in Texas?
No. So that's on the Virgin Islands.
Oh, wow.
Which was worse. Well, she wasn't from Texas, but she just loved Dr. Pepper, the taste. But I'm not surprised. Big Red, drinks like that, they're just almost pure sugar.
Oh, yeah.
And when people drink those things or give them to their babies, you've seen that before, right?
I've seen it in the bottle.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we're talking a little bit about some of our dietary habits and some nutritional things here with Dana Coleman. Dana is with Medi Weight Loss of Katy. Dana, give us again your phone number. Maybe just where people can call to get a hold of you, please.
You can text me at 713-870-5137, or you can call 281-305-0735.
That was good.
There
okay.
you go.
So that's 281.
281-305-0735.
35. Okay, that's the office.
That's the clinic office, yes.
Okay, all right. So talking again about foods. So do you help people change and curb sort of the dietary, like if every day or every other day I eat fast foods just because I'm so busy? Do you teach me how to eat?
Yeah, we help you not necessarily how to eat, but how to choose the better options.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So we even have a list that we give to patients for different fast food restaurants or different restaurants in the area. What are those better options to?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who's the worst one ever?
I'm not going to go there.
Okay. So is it chicken or is it beef? The worst one.
Beef's higher in fat.
All right. So it's the beef product that's the worst one out there in terms of gaining weight.
It all depends on what else your diet consists of.
Okay. So we can't get Dana to give us the dirt, but I can tell you guys this: if it's fried, it's not good.
Exactly.
So like KFC, yeah. KFC means Kentucky Fried Chicken, for those of you that don't remember or are too young, because they changed their brand. We don't mind, talking about these things because, they're not listening. And if they are, they can send me a letter and tell me to stop. So bottom line, guys, is if you're eating foods that are not good for you, they're not good for you. And sometimes you just need somebody with the expertise to sort of direct you in a different direction and, of course, teach you a little bit so you can modify your diet and begin losing weight. That is Medi Weight Loss. Medi Weight Loss, medically supervised weight loss. They're in Katy, but they're all over the place. But this Dana happens to be in Katy. When we come back, we're going to talk more specifically to Dana about Medi Weight Loss. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chat. The show airs on the first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio. Join hosts Courtney Galley and Brian Bondi as they chat about the Chamber's events and programs for the month and invite Chamber members into the studio to talk about their upcoming events and businesses. Learn about your Chamber with Chamber Chat every first Tuesday at 11 a.m.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. And when we started this program a little over a year ago, I had to find music. I said, okay, what kind of music would I have if I were going to be in the middle of Conroe, Texas? So we're right here overseeing Main Street. And every one of the programs here in Conroe, Texas is pretty much straight up English only. It's for the region or for people, And Conroe being Conroe, politically and socially and everything else, doesn't have a lot of diversity in terms of different things. So I said, I'm going to find the most ethnic music for Conroe, and that's what I'm going to select as our show. Nothing against anybody or anything like that, but I think that when you stand out, it's good to stand out and be proud to stand out. And our Chamber of Commerce, I think, in many ways does that. So that's why you have that cool Brazilian samba music that you hear in the background. So it's not Mexican mariachi; it's something a little bit more international. So we're here with Dana Coleman. Dana's with Medi Weight Loss in Katy. We were just talking about something I think is really important, and that's just basically the lifestyle that many of us choose, whether it's to be vegetarian or to be kind of vegetarian or to be non-vegetarian. I know people who will not touch anything that has to do with it being green. If it's vegetables, they hate it. That's a childhood issue, guys. That's because you didn't like your broccoli and maybe your parents didn't treat you well when you didn't eat it, and therefore now you hate all vegetables, And before you know it, guys, you'll grow up to a certain point in your lives where things won't happen in your tummy unless you have greens in there. It's just the greens make things move along, so to speak, right?
Yes.
Okay, so fiber, and so you do have to have some form of salad. And I'm telling you, I've met friends and stuff that have reached their 30s or 40s, mainly 50s, who now they're eating a ton of vegetables, because they otherwise.
Your metabolism slows down once you reach your 30s and as you age.
And stuff starts to get stuck somewhere, and that's not bueno. Anyway, all right. So we were asking about that, Dana, just a little bit. Just some of the foods that you can actually try that will help your metabolism, that will help your body, but that won't necessarily help you gain weight. And we talked a little bit about being vegetarian or not being vegetarian. Mm-hmm. You were mentioning that you recommend more of a combination.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it really is important to understand why you're eating the foods you are. And so if you decide to go vegetarian or even vegan just because you think it's the healthiest way,
sure.
You need to really make sure that you evaluate what really fits your lifestyle and what fits your health even, because those types of eating habits aren't necessarily good for everyone.
Right. And so let's just say, for instance, if you are vegetarian and you're not eating high protein vegetables, a lot of folks don't know that vegetables do have protein, they're just different amounts.
Exactly.
But if you're not eating like broccoli and things like that, then how do you begin to feel that something is wrong? What happens? Is it your energy that starts to wane or something?
Mainly the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably definitely the energy, and you can just overall you just don't feel right.
Okay. So if you're feeling funky and you're eating too much vegetables, or you're not eating enough protein, and the thing is this, guys, and the reason I bring this up is because you can talk to Dana. She's a nutritionist, an expert on what you need to put in your body. And see, you don't get that from most weight loss people. They really don't have the expertise. They can tell you what to eat, what not to eat, but they don't necessarily have the depth, which is why I like Medi-Weight Loss for sure. All right, so Dana, one more time, please. Tell us what specifically is Medi-Weight Loss and what do you guys do, please?
Medi-Weight Loss is a medically supervised weight loss program that focuses on each patient's individual health needs, and we help improve their health through weight loss.
Okay, and so how can people get a hold of you one more time, Dana, please?
You can text me at 713-870-5137, or you can call the clinic at 281-305-0735.
That's Dana Coleman with Medi-Weight Loss. Katie, thank you so much, Dana.
Of course, you're welcome.
So now that we have that little piece done, so you did a great job. It's no big deal. The thing is to take advantage as best you can of all the exposure you can get, the visibility part. And I know that sometimes, and I really feel bad, but it's how it is. Sometimes our members, some of our members, obviously not every one of them, but some of our members are more introverted than the average person. So when it comes time to networking, it's tough, And radio, of course, it's even tougher. But the thing is, though, if you're in business, you can't be shy about what you're doing. You just can't. So I know that it's a big effort for so many people. And then, of course, sometimes, not because you're not bad at all. But I know it's an effort also for you. You're an introvert, you were telling me the other day. But this is for our business members that are listening. How have you been able to overcome the shyness part of your life to be successful as a business person? What have you done?
You just have to do it. I've done a lot of personal and business development. I've read books and done different things just to help me overcome that, because I know that is an area that I do need to improve, and recognizing that's important, and then taking those steps to improve that area.
This is one of the reasons why I like it so much that our chamber is 70% women, because you guys open up. I ask a guy, I don't have any problems, but then I ask a female. It's amazing to me how easy and how fast it is for myself to get into a deeper conversation with women than it is for men. I get a guy up here and he's just so cool about whatever, and they don't go there. They just don't want to talk about it. And I know that a lot of the guys that are listening are very shy. In fact, the ones that are listening and are shy don't show up, or they'll show up once, but they, because they know that all of our members, we try to give them the spotlight. We try to, help them. But I know it's also difficult. So if you're listening and you're shy, let me know you're shy, and I'll be sure not to pay too much attention to you. We'll just do the best we can with that. But I commend you, Dana. If you know people, because I know there's people out there, what would be one of the first steps you would recommend somebody take to overcome shyness?
Just show up to an event and find somebody that you can compliment, or find somebody that that you think you might have a connection with, and just go up to them and start talking to them. Compliment them on that one thing. You don't have to talk about your business or ask them about what they do. Just go up and say, "Oh, I like your shirt.
I like your hair." That's a big one with women, and then.
Men, you can't do that.
This is the guy's secret. Well, you can also do it with men. With men, like their tie, but half these guys don't wear ties, so whatever. But find something, and that's a very good strategy, because what automatically happens is they'll look at you and smile. I said, well, thank you. Right, then you can start a conversation.
And one of the things that I tend to implement too is the easiest person to talk to is the leader. So if you go straight to the leader, you can start a conversation, ask about their group, and then they can introduce you to other people.
Absolutely. That's actually, I pray for that. That's, all of our ambassadors are trained, hopefully, to introduce me to everybody that shows up that's a visitor. Because I know that's a big thing. I've shown up to so many of these things that are just unbelievably terrible. It's like I've shown up to some of these events with chambers of commerce, which shall not be mentioned because we're in the Woodlands, and they ignore me. It's like, who is this clown? No, forget it. Doesn't matter. Let's just go and do our click, do our thing. And so we're the anti that. I mean, I really, really stress to our members and to our ambassadors, we have to get to know everybody that shows up, including the guys you already know. There's got to be a conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think you do a really good job about teaching people how to network and how to build those relationships and ask for business.
Sure.
There's a lot of education you provide that a lot of other organizations don't.
And we try that. I'm telling you, and the reason is I've been an entrepreneur for more than 20 years, small business owner, and I've done chambers of commerce all my life, and most of the time it's terrible. And that's just been my experience, you know. So I said, okay, when we started this chamber, that none of that's ever going to happen. We're going to either make it work, or the people that are there are the wrong people. You know, and there's plenty of people that want to do it right, and that's why we love our members. And there's others that don't care. They only want to give us money to be on the wall. That's okay too. We'll take your money, you know. But hopefully sometimes you'll show up too, you know. So anyway, so we're talking with Dana Coleman. She's with Many Weight Loss Katie. We've deviated just a little bit, talking a little bit about networking for those members who are in business and who are trying to be more successful. The first thing you can do when you show up to these events is just basically compliment somebody, be nice to somebody. And that'll start. Obviously, if you talk to the leader, I remember you the first time you showed up to our event. You and Katie, and you met with Ariana a little bit. Then we met, and then you sat, and then basically you went to how many meetings before you joined? I think it was 1 or 2.
I think it was about 2, but
Yeah.
I reached out to you months prior to it.
Yes, and
I
I
was
ignored
already
part of it.
familiar. Yeah.
Well, I messed it up, but it doesn't.
No.
Well, and I didn't. I actually responded. So you're kind of familiar, and then that just gets everything rolling and everything moving forward. So thank you again, Dana, for being on the program. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
All right,
no
so
problem.
let's go back to Medi Weight Loss real quick. All right, so Medi Weight Loss is basically it's a philosophy. It's a way of life that's taught to patients, customers, people that come to your office and say, okay, I need to do something about this weight that I haven't been able to take off. I have a sister who about 10 years ago did the gastric band. Okay, and she's heavier now than she's ever been.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Her stomach is tight. She can't eat tacos as fast as I can, that's for sure. But she eats a ton of them slowly. All right. So what's your take on that? What happens in that case when people do the gastric band and stuff, and then they still gain weight?
Well, the important thing is most bariatric surgeons, they want you to try and lose weight on your own first.
Okay. Most
But
good ones.
Most good ones, if they want it to last. But a lot of times what happens is the foods that aren't quite as healthy, like donuts,
Sure.
go down a lot easier than chicken
Tacos.
does.
Yeah. The
Or, yeah.
greasy tacos. Boom.
Right. And so the lifestyle habits haven't really changed.
Right.
And so when you're loading your body up with sugar, then you'll gain the weight back.
There you go.
And then you just wasted all that money
20
on your
grand.
surgery.
20 grand.
Wow.
And the worst thing is you can't say anything because she gets all upset. Like, okay, never mind. Pass the tacos, or pass the donuts. Anyway, we're here with Dana Coleman. Dana Coleman is with Medi Weight Loss Katie. She can help you if you have any kind of concerns or any kind of questions about losing weight. Obviously, it's medically supervised, so we know it's top of the line. Great service, great staff. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Medi Weight Loss with Dana Coleman of Medi Weight Loss Katie. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amell Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amell. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amell Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amell Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amellagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amell Agency online at amellagency.com. The Amell Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
for those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
We're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez, and thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show, a weekly program from 2 to 3 p.m. that features Hispanic Chamber of Commerce or the Woodlands-Conroe or the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Let me explain. The Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber is the mothership. It's the big one that houses the Woodlands-Conroe, the Vintage Park, the Katy, the Galleria, the Spring, and the Greater Lake Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So we have 5 chambers of commerce, which are, I guess you can call them satellites or smaller chambers, all within the umbrella of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber. We are not anything like, anything near, nor do we want to be associated with the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. They're a whole different thing, and they're not enemies, they're friends. We're friendly to one another. I respect everything they're doing. Obviously, they've been around 50 years, whatever. But let me just say this. During the inauguration for this president, I was watching, and they were in the inauguration. So there's a difference in philosophy. There's a difference in ways of looking at business. We are about small business. Nobody owns us, so there's no big plaques on any walls, and nobody gives us a lot of money. And that is nor here nor there, but I just say that because you have to realize we have a real strong mission. Our mission is to give our members visibility, to give them business connections, and to give them education. We're very clear about that. So I know we're not for everybody. I know that they've got other things going on, and there's other chambers of commerce I was just explaining. There's about 40 different chambers of commerce in the greater Houston area. So every major city has a chamber of commerce. I mean, that's business owners getting together to do business. However, the philosophy and the focus of a chamber of commerce all depends on the leadership, and you have to ask the leadership, what do you do for small businesses specifically? How do you hold yourselves accountable? And I think you'll understand the differences that exist in chambers of commerce, and you'll probably come this way because most of them don't really focus on small business. They focus on big business, or on saving the manatees or saving the whales or rebuilding roads or stuff like that. They're not really focused on your business. So that's my soapbox on chambers of commerce. We're talking to Dana Coleman with Medi Weight Loss in Katy. And Dana, we had something interesting that you were saying earlier, just about the lifestyle change that has to take place. How do you guys expedite that lifestyle change? I mean, how do you help somebody? Okay, I've lost 30 pounds. That's what my goal was 40. I'm only 10 pounds away, but I'm still craving the heck out of the wrong foods. How do you help people with that?
Well, through our consultations, we just have that conversation and find out what's causing those roadblocks. And what we can do to overcome those last 10 pounds together. Because even though our patients come to us on a weekly basis, we're there to cross the finish line with them.
Absolutely.
And we wouldn't be successful if they're not successful.
Right. And so do you teach Zumba too?
No.
You could though if you wanted to, no?
If I wanted to, yeah.
Okay. So they don't teach Zumba, but they do recommend that you move.
Yes.
Right. So movement obviously is going to be very healthy for you.
Well, and we work with our patients on an exercise plan too. Make sure that they are getting the adequate resistance, cardiovascular, and flexibility training that's needed.
Okay, so that's important too, because a lot of other weight loss folks don't do that. So
some of them say don't exercise.
Right. What's behind that? Do you know why that? I've heard that if you exercise too much, then you'll be too hungry, something like that.
Well, there is a correlation if you exercise too much that your body. I didn't
know you could actually exercise too much.
Yeah, okay. Your body will start utilizing muscle mass, and that'll increase your mass, your fat mass.
Okay, so there is a reason why they say don't exercise.
Yes.
But you guys recommend exercise.
We do recommend it because it's part of a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
And so, making sure patients know what's the best things to eat for them, for their weight loss and exercise. And hydration is a big component too, yes.
So I noticed that when you showed up here today, you went for the big giant jug of water, and I was drinking coffee. So there's a difference there for sure. Yes.
Oh, definitely. So the coffee dehydrates you.
So coffee's not water?
It's made with water,
But it's
but it
not.
has caffeine that dehydrates you.
No bueno. Okay, but water is water.
Water is water, but what I'm drinking is a little bit special water, you could say.
Really?
Yeah, it's Propel. It has electrolytes in it.
Ooh, okay. So maybe I'll grab one of those on my way back.
And that's something that's really important that a lot of people don't understand why electrolytes are important.
Yeah, what are these things? They sound like electricity or something.
Right? So in Propel and Powerade Zero and some of the other hydration drinks, they have added sodium and potassium in them. And your body needs those because when you exercise a whole lot, your body's sweating and that's what it's excreting out. And so it's important to replenish that. So water itself isn't good enough, so to speak.
But the assumption there is that I exercise. So even if you don't exercise, they're good for you?
Well, for a lot of patients,
people.
I say patients, people. So if you're on a low-carb diet, then it's important to make sure that you're getting those electrolytes, especially if you're on a high-protein diet, because your kidneys are excreting a lot of sodium and potassium out. And so it's important for you to have electrolyte imbalance.
Okay.
It's important for you to have electrolyte balance.
Balance, sure.
So the other two electrolytes are calcium and magnesium.
I see.
And you can get those from supplementation.
Yeah, you can actually go to the Whole Foods and grab a jug of magnesium pills and start doing that.
Yeah,
that helps.
Definitely. And so most calcium supplements will have vitamin D and magnesium in them because those are helpful for absorbing the calcium. And when you have more calcium in your diet, then it helps you to lose weight better.
Faster, hopefully.
Faster.
So, okay, what's the vitamin that the sun gives you? Isn't it vitamin D?
Vitamin D,
I
yes.
got plenty of that today on my way here because I put down my sunroof and said, okay, sun, give it to me. Because it's been so long, beautiful weather.
And, there's some countries in the world that, especially the northern countries, they make their people go out in the wintertime during lunchtime.
Wow.
Because the risk of depression is so high. And that's one of the common side effects of a low vitamin D deficiency.
Wow, well, there's a reason why people love the sun, those that do. And they're happier and they tend to be out.
The sunshine sunshine vitamin.
Wow. Okay, so guys, if you're listening and you're here in the greater Houston area, the day today is beautiful. I mean, it has to be 70 degrees out, and the humidity is probably zero. It's so nice out. Get out there, get some vitamin D. But also, if you have someone, a loved one or someone or yourself that wants to understand and learn more about losing weight, medically supervised. So we're talking about things that are technical, but also, they're your health, guys. So make sure you reach out to Medi Weight Loss Katie. This is Dana Coleman here with us. Dana, give us again, you guys have a website?
We do.
What is it?
It's www.mediweightloss.com/locations/Katie. And that's Katy.
Okay, so let's go with that. So it's mediweightloss.com/locations/Katy. You can also reach Dana Coleman directly. Dana, what is your position there with that business? What do you do there? What is your title?
I'm a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So I am one of the franchise owners of the clinic. I'm also the office manager and nutritionist. So not only do I operate the clinic, I'm also meeting with patients one-on-one.
Okay, and you also do nutrition consultation as well.
I do.
Obviously, that's.
I'm one of the staff members that does nutritional counseling.
And you run it like a business. So if there's not a lot of patients coming in, you tell your staff, okay, guys, beat it. Nope, slow day. What I'm trying to tell you is,
it depends.
Dana has a lot of hats, and she does a lot of different things, so she can totally sympathize and understand entrepreneurs and how stress is so related to us eating and how that, so she gets it. I think that matters also because, you understand the lifestyle, you understand the challenges that come with, eating too much or eating the wrong foods.
Well, I know that you and I have had this conversation, but a lot of people that know me now, they didn't know me 5 years ago or more. And I've struggled with hormonal imbalances that made it difficult for me to lose weight.
Wow.
And so I feel kind of, my passion is to be an advocate for those that have difficulties losing weight. And knowing that our program will help them.
Right. Okay, so tell us just real quickly, who's your ideal person to talk to? Who would be the ideal person to call you right now?
Ideally, someone that's tried multiple ways to lose weight and just feels defeated and feels like nothing else is going to work.
Okay.
And because our program does work. We've had lots of patients that have used multiple avenues of losing weight and used some programs more than once.
Sure.
But, it didn't work for them. And so they wanted to try something different. And so, we're the one that works.
That's your tagline, right? I mean,
That's why it's our tagline.
Okay. Now, you also work with children, young people?
Adolescents. So the youngest that we work with is 13 years old.
Okay, but younger, I mean, it's a whole different thing, younger, right? I mean, because they generally don't go through the same problems that adolescents and adults go through.
Now, a lot of it's the parents that want to prevent their kids from becoming obese adults and having the heart issues or diabetes that comes with the added weight.
Okay. All right. So one more time, Dana, if somebody wants to reach out to you, how can they get a hold of you?
You can call the clinic at 281-305-0735, or you can text me at 713-870-5137.
5137, ladies and gentlemen. So you've heard it straight from the nutritionist. If you are in the middle of a lifestyle that you know is helping you gain weight or keeping you heavy, and you want to do something about it, medically supervised, which means that a doctor will actually work you up and check you out and make sure that your vitals are where they are. They call that a benchmark, so that they find out, what's your baseline. Then you go from there, and they have a whole program. And I know Medi-Weight Loss, especially Medi-Weight Loss Katie, has helped people lose hundreds of pounds through their system. And we're very thankful, again, Dana, for you being here.
Well, thank you. And let me correct you. Our clinics helped reach patients lose over 3,000 pounds since we've opened 2 years ago.
There you go. So that's hundreds times 30, whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
And nationwide, over 3 million.
So basically what she's trying to tell you guys is Medi-Weight Loss works. It's the one that works. So we already told you how to get a hold of Dana, how to get a hold of her staff. Thank you again, Dana, for being on our show.
Thanks for having me.
Next week, we have someone else who's going to talk to you about your financial literacy, and we're excited to talk to her. So thank you again for being on the program. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. Wishing you a great week, and we'll talk to you real soon. So long. Bye-bye.
Thank you for checking out this production of Lone Star Community Radio. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station. Don't forget to check out this show and many others across the Lone Star Community Radio Network, either live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, the Lone Star Internet Radio app, or irlonestar.com's live audio stream, and on replay on podcast, Channel 12's Our City TV in Conroe, or Channel 21 KVQT in Houston, and of course their YouTube channel. This production is copyrighted and all rights are reserved by Lone Star Community Radio. Have a question regarding this program or other Lone Star Community Radio shows? Want to sponsor or start your own show? Call the station message line at 936-647-3776 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.